Hello, beautiful soul. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop your cravings right here on the spot so you don't have to be tortured by the incessant reaching for food and going to your cravings. This even works for spending and shopping. And then I know you feel the guilt and shame afterwards. So let's stop that cycle. Make sure to stay all the way to the end so you can get all the amazing tips on how to stop your cravings and actually rewire your brain so you don't have them anymore. For the best tips and tools on how to experience a body confidence breakthrough to end binge eating and the battle with your body and food, subscribe to my channel where you will be notified every week when I post a new video. And if you are someone that is a regular viewer, you see incredible results from these videos, as so many of you have. I love your comments. I love your feedback. Please say hi to me. Please type in the comments. I just love connecting with you, and I'm so happy to support you. So that is my true joy. All right, let's have a little chat about cravings. So a couple things first to note. When you have a craving, what's happening is that a part of your brain is being activated, and that is through our stress response centers. So you have an emotional charge, or you walk into an environment where you feel this craving urge come up. That's all part of the same cycle in our brain. So for some of us, it can be stepping into our family home. We feel an internal sense of emotional anxiety or something like that, that is so unconscious that we just start going for food. Same thing happens when we're in our own home. If you are experiencing any kind of an emotional upset that manifests itself like stress, and that doesn't have to just be stress. It can be you are feeling sad, you are feeling worried, you are feeling anxious. What happens is your body generally learns that food, and especially salty, sugary foods, are the way to soothe that spiral. And so when we have that little bout of the upset, our body feels stressed internally. We then reach for food, because when we eat that food, especially ice cream, salty, sugary, carbohydrate-filled foods, then we mitigate that whole process of feeling uncomfortable. Because what happens is when we eat that food, we release serotonin and dopamine, our pleasure hormones, which curb the upset. Now, what's really important to note is that that's very temporary. That reaction gets released, and then right after that, our body goes internally back into a sense of feeling unsafe, because you start to feel guilt and shame. So part one is understanding that we need to teach our body and bring the awareness that, hey, I know that you reach for the food and it feels good in the moment, but let me remind you that I feel really shitty afterwards. And it's actually being in that process of reminding yourself when you go to actually do that behavior, to say, let's remember that this doesn't actually help me feel safe. I actually feel much worse. The second part is what I want you to do is, in the moment where you're feeling that craving, we can do this together. So you're going to tap with me and repeat after me. This is nice and simple. Even though I'm feeling this intense craving to go eat, and I want you to fill in the blank. What is it that you want to go eat? I love and accept myself regardless. Even though part of me is feeling upset and stressed, and that is why this part of me wants to go eat this food, I love and accept this part of me anyway. Even though I have to go eat this food, that's how I feel better in these moments. Maybe I can do it differently this time. Feeling this stress. My body is feeling upset. Part of me is experiencing this emotional pain. And this part of me has learned that food is the way to soothe that emotional pain. What I'm reminding myself and this part of me of is that every time I reach for that food, the relief is very temporary. There are a lot of side effects to eating this food from this place of emotional upset. And those side effects include feeling guilty and full of shame and beating myself up. And then this whole cycle repeats itself. So in this moment, I choose to take a breath, choose to remind myself that this doesn't serve me. And I'm going to really tune into this part of me feeling the emotional upset and see how I might support this part of me instead this time. What would be a really empowered way that I could support myself in this moment that doesn't involve reaching for this food? So I'm going to take a nice easy breath, tune in and notice what's coming to mind when you think about an empowered way that you can support yourself that doesn't involve reaching for the food. For some of us, maybe it's going for a walk in nature, doing some meditation, doing some more gentle tapping, maybe just writing down your thoughts. Maybe it's picking up the phone and calling a dear friend. When you can interrupt this cycle, what's happening by doing that tapping exercise is that you're interrupting that same neural pathway, that same circuitry from firing that says, when I'm stressed and uncomfortable, I go to food, and then I feel guilty, and then I do it again. It becomes an addictive chemical pattern. So it's not your fault. We learn a lot of these tools, and we learn a lot of using food as a tool for safety. But now you have other tools. So it's about teaching your body through repetition that by doing this exercise, you're going to experience true miracle results. This has helped countless people worldwide overcome their cravings, their binge eating, myself included, my clients included. And I'm so excited for you to experience the same magic. You have the power. You're not stuck in this addictive pattern. You can be free of it. So just tap along with me. I don't need to use food as a way of feeling safe. I have the power to choose a more empowered outcome. I don't need to turn to food to make myself feel better. That's an old strategy that I've outgrown. I don't need to use food to make myself feel better. That's an old strategy that I've outgrown. Letting go of food is my safety net because I know it doesn't actually feel good. And there are so many side effects right after I eat it. Today is the day I choose a new way. I have the power to choose more empowered rituals for myself. And I'm doing that right now. Take a nice deep cleansing breath, let it go, and notice how you're feeling now. What is the urge on a scale of 1 to 10 to reach for that food? If it's still high and above a 5, go back and repeat this exercise and do it until you can bring that craving down to a 3 or below. And the more you do this, the more you literally counter condition your brain to using food as that go-to source of safety. And you find the freedom inside yourself to tune into your true authentic self, which knows how to support yourself with those anxieties or worries or whatever is going on, and it doesn't involve food. So I highly recommend repeating this. As I said, you're going to experience miracles. I had a 20 plus year relationship with binge eating and using food as emotional eating's companion, and that's what made me feel better. And tapping is what changed my life and what I help so many humans over the world, across the globe, to overcome as well. So if you are in that place where you are really struggling and you need some really intense support, you want someone holding your hand through this transformation journey, you really want to be able to overcome the battle with your body, with food, the incessant negativity that you have about your body, this connection to emotional eating, you feel trapped, you're done with hiding in your life, and you want to feel the confidence that you've truly dreamed of with your body and the freedom from food that you've dreamed of, then I am so here to support you. I would love to. You can book a complimentary call with me at any time. Link is below. And I offer 2 programs, my one-on-one program and my group program, where we follow the same proven framework to give you those dream results that you are hoping for with your body and in your whole life. Because guess what? It's all connected. When we don't feel powerful in our body, when we have a struggling relationship with food, this insecurity, this unworthiness shows up in all areas of your life. So you have the opportunity to transform it all. And that's so exciting. So thank you so much for joining. I love you. I look forward to seeing you next week. And as always, love to hear from you in the comments. Bye.